Hello, this is Franz with Concrete CMS. Today on how we built this together, we're going to check in with Josh. He has made a travel blog called Forever Break. He's built it with Concrete because he's got a team of people who are collaborating on content. They're all very busy, not all of them are web designers, and so they need a system that's easy for everybody to use, that they can add content to, and it'll be strictly formatted, very, very simple form-based data entry. But he still wants some flexibility to do drag and drop editing, kind of lay things out in different ways where it makes sense. He needs a balance of the kind of site builder experience you would expect on one side and the more application data-driven experience on the other. So without further ado, let's check in with Josh.
Concrete CMS has made it possible to build a very rich and complex website here for foreverbreak.com. I've used it in a range of different ways before, but this is probably the most complex type of site I've built. I've been able to create something that is very feature-rich, it's very functional, it's also very user-friendly, and looks beautiful as well. So here's a couple examples of some pages I was able to create with it. This is the homepage, and you can see a whole range of different types of content structures. Many of these are using either built-in blocks, some of them are custom blocks that I've designed specifically for this site. Being able to leverage the existing search functionality within Concrete 5 to then build on top of that and expand it even further to do more advanced, richer search results, better sorting as well, but without having to create this kind of functionality from scratch. And here's an example of a page that's just pretty regular kind of blog post. Probably seen this sort of structure before, a bit of text, some photos, some simple formatting. And then I'm able to take it further using Concrete 5 and make it scalable with more rich listicle type articles such as this. And you can see the content is very consistent each time. So it doesn't matter who is doing the editing, the loading, then the content comes out the same every time, which is very beneficial for the end user. Here's an example of a product review type article, and I've got a very consistent style and formatting from one product to another. So you don't have to worry about making sure that it looks right at the end. The templating and the custom blocks can take care of that very, very easily. Here's an example of a travel guide page. This one's probably one of the more complex and rich ones. It's pulling in content from various other places around the site, such as this top sites and attractions. It's pulling in data from the page attributes. So it's updated once and then it's reflected elsewhere across the website. And you can see there's quite a few sections on this particular page. I'm able to make updates very quickly and easily using Concrete CMS. And I don't have to worry that there's an out-of-date piece of information floating around the site. Here's another example. This is a page list of hotels in one particular destination. And again, this is pulled in automatically using a page attributes such as a thumbnail and a description. I'm able to control the sorting of it very easily using Concrete CMS. And again, it gives a consistent formatting, consistent style across the site. It doesn't matter where it's found. Here's an example of another listicle type website. This is a roundup type article. I'm able to, again, pull in content using page attributes and customize it in this particular case to show very specific attributes that are relevant to this particular type of article. Here's an example of an attraction page. I'm able to pull in, again, attributes and display them in very user-friendly kind of ways, things like custom photos. And here I've done something more interesting, which is to combine page attributes with content that is specifically unique to this page. And I'll be able to show you how that's edited shortly. And one last example here is a hotel guide page. It's a review that fills in more details about a hotel, able to present information in a structured yet beautiful sort of way. It's very user-friendly, much simpler to navigate than other types of travel blogs that are built on platforms such as WordPress, which is very restrictive. They cannot add this kind of rich functionality, or if they do, then consistently doing it across multiple pages is very, very difficult. Okay, let's take a look behind the scenes. Here's an example of the page types. These are the ones that I've got in place at the moment for this particular site. By having a whole range of different page types, it allows me to control the formatting and the layout of specific pages across the site, so without having to worry about inconsistencies. Every time a new page is added, we don't have to think about what are the different kind of sections we have to include. It's all done for you. Here's an example of adding a new page, in this case an attraction page. I simply fill in the blanks and you can't go wrong. Just fill in some thumbnail images. You can choose who the page author is, some topics which we'll have a look at in a moment, and then you can add in content that's going to go straight into the site. Very, very easy, very intuitive. And from here I can see a lot of the custom page attributes that I have created to be able to display this information in a user-friendly way consistently across the site. You'll see things like an address, accommodation type using topics. Really, it can get as complex or as simple as you want to, but this is quite a rich type of website. And the beautiful thing about it is that you make one change here and anywhere else across the entire site that this content is used, it'll be automatically updated. I've also used the Express features in Concrete CMS to be able to collect information that is reused over and over again, such as mobile apps. So the information about these mobile apps, such as a name, a thumbnail, icons, descriptions, price, and links to app stores. I can then use that in articles such as the ones I showed you previously, such as the best travel apps. And then if that same app needs to be used in another article, I can pull this information in and I have one central store for where the most critical information is, such as the links to the app store. If that ever needs to be changed or an app needs to be changed, such as the name, I can do that very, very easily. I've used a lot of topics across the site, and here I'm able to collect pages across different categories and tag them with these types of topics so that I can easily find them. And the user at the end of the day has a great experience because if they want to find, for example, other content around air travel, it's all done very intuitively and easily. They just click on that link and it's there. Here's an editing example of one of the attraction pages. You can see that the green boxes indicate the areas that are editable. You probably notice that the navigation menu is deliberately hidden when you're in edit mode so that the editor can't accidentally delete it or make a mistake like they're not supposed to. You can see here is a custom banner block I've created for that. And this is an interesting spot. This combines page attributes and content that can be typed straight in a repeatable kind of field. So the editing experience is exceptionally intuitive, very easy. Everything I want to change is right here. It's also designed to be very hard to make a mistake, so that I can train other people to be able to easily take on editing roles. And the last example I have here is a hotel review. You can see certain pieces of information are pulled in using attributes and I don't have to change them. Other pieces I can easily just fill in a blank and the template and the block will take care of the rest. So you've really got a lot of options what you can do with Concrete CMS. This is just an example. I've been using it for many years. I've built many, many sites with it. And this is one of my favorites. You can really go to town. The only limitation is your creativity. If you wanted to build an intranet with it, you can do that. In this case, I'm building a travel and lifestyle blog, which has a huge number of features, well and truly beyond things like that. Well and truly beyond what platforms like WordPress can offer. But it's also designed for the future, so I can keep on adding new functionality as I go. I hope you've learned a little bit about Concrete CMS and what's possible with this video. Feel free to have a look at the website yourself, and you can see, hopefully get a bit of inspiration for what you're going to build next.